Hey everybody, it's Andrew back again with another video, and today we have the full review of the Huawei MateBook, the 2-in-1 Surface Pro 4 competitor. We also have the pen and keyboard case. Let's find out if it's a buy or don't buy. The Huawei MateBook is a 2-in-1 Surface Pro 4 competitor. It's very similar to the Samsung Galaxy Tab Pro S, which we unboxed and reviewed a few months ago. It has an Intel Core M3 Skylake processor with 4 GB of RAM and 128 GB of SSD storage. It has a beautiful 12-inch IPS display with a resolution of 2160 by 1440. It has excellent viewing angles, the screen is very sharp, very bright, and it has excellent color representation. The colors really pop and are very crisp. Excellent job, Huawei, on the screen. As far as ports are concerned, the Huawei MateBook is a bit limited with its one USB Type-C port. That's it. One unique feature of the Huawei MateBook is that it is the only 2-in-1 with a fingerprint sensor, which allows you to log into Windows Hello in Windows 10. The MateBook has 2 speakers located at the top of the device and have good, rich sound that gets very loud. You'll find the power button at the top of the device. And here is the microphone. And here is the 3.5mm headphone jack. And for those who need more connections and more ports, check out the Huawei MateDock, an $89 accessory that gives you VGA, HDMI out, 2 more USB 3.0 ports, and Ethernet. As far as the $149 portfolio keyboard case, it didn't disappoint. We liked its 1.6mm key travel and the fact that it is backlit, unlike the Samsung Galaxy Tab Pro S keyboard, which unfortunately is not backlit. And unlike the Surface Pro 4 type cover where you have island-style, chiclet-style keys, here the keys are closely spaced together, more akin to the Samsung Galaxy Tab Pro keyboard. As far as the trackpad is concerned, we were impressed. We liked its size, its responsiveness, scrolling was a pleasure, and it was better than the Samsung Galaxy Tab Pro S trackpad. We even liked it better than the Surface Pro 4 type cover trackpad as well. As far as the webcam is concerned, it's a 5-megapixel webcam, front-facing. There is no rear-facing camera. Quality on the front-facing webcam was pretty good. For those digital artists and note-takers, the $59 Huawei MatePen Stylus is a very good accessory, especially if you want to take notes or draw on this tablet. It did very well in our tests, and we like the fact that it does not require quadruple A batteries, but rather it is rechargeable. The pen has 2048 levels of pressure sensitivity, it has good palm rejection, and it has good responsiveness. Very good overall pen experience with this stylus. And an added bonus with the stylus is a laser pointer, great for PowerPoint presentations and boardroom meetings. Now, the MateBook in its portfolio keyboard case is very thin, very light, and very elegant. And I can tell you right away, I've been getting a lot of compliments in the office and around town as I've been using it in coffee shops and in meetings and so forth. This is a very nice, sleek solution. I like it. It's very reminiscent of the Samsung Galaxy Tab Pro S and its portfolio keyboard cover. As far as positions are concerned, there are 2. You have one here and one there. So as you can see, there are 2 positions that this portfolio keyboard can fold into. And as you can see from the Geekbench Test 3.0, it did a 2403 in the single core score and did a 4758 on the multi-core score. It's running the Skylake Core M3. It also comes in the Core M5 edition. And speaking of the SSD, it did a 543.7 on the read and a 160.0 on the write. 4K scores were 20.22 on the read and a 64.92 on the write. That's a very good score as far as write speeds in 4K. Overall, the SSD did well in this category, although I would have liked to have seen a better write score. Overall, decent performance. And as you can see, it's using the Samsung SSD. It's running Windows 10 Home. It's got 4 GB of RAM, 128 gigs of SSD storage. It also has 10-point multi-touch pen support. Now, in order to test the sound and the streaming capabilities of the Huawei MateBook, let's take a look and a listen at my latest video, which is the unboxing and first impressions of the #1 D6 smartwatch. I'll put the link below to where you can get more information on that device. But in the meantime, let's take a look and a listen, streaming in 4K. Let's take a look.
Back again with another video, and today we have another unboxing. Just arrived in our studio is the #1 D6 smartwatch. It's a 3G smartwatch that runs Android 5.1. That's full Android, not Android Wear. So let's find out what you get inside the box. Got my knife.
And as you can hear, the sound is pretty good on this device. Sounded rich, volume was good, and overall, nice sound. Good job on the speakers, Huawei. Battery life on the Huawei MateBook was pretty good. I was able to get anywhere from 6.5 to 7 hours with screen brightness turned down to about 70%. Not bad. I've been hearing reports from other tech reviewers where they were disappointed with the battery life. I'm not really sure where that's coming from. From my testing and from my use, I've seen a solid 6.5 to 7 hours. So overall, is the Huawei MateBook a buy or a don't buy? I'm gonna have to say it's a definite buy. I really enjoyed using this tablet, but there were things that I feel that Huawei can make improvements in the next iteration. Let's start off with what I don't like, and then I'll tell you exactly what I do like about this 2-in-1. First, I don't like that there's only one USB Type-C port. It's the 3.1 variant. And although you can get an $89 accessory, which is the Huawei MateDock, which gives you 2 more USB 3.1, it gives you HDMI out, it gives you Ethernet, there is a price to pay at that, and that's $89. I feel like they should have included that in the box, but again, they wanted to charge you as a separate accessory. I also don't like the fact that the pen and the keyboard are a separate purchase as well. So altogether, when you factor in all the accessories you need along with the tablet itself, you're looking at close to $1,000. Although I like the $699 starting price, all you're getting is the tablet. You're not getting the pen, you're not getting the keyboard folio case, and you're not getting the MateDock. All things I think you really need if you want to make this your go-to 2-in-1. Now, that's not a deal breaker because it still comes in under $1,000, and I still think it's a pretty good tablet, although you really want to step up to the Core M5 rather than the entry-level Core M3, although the Core M3 did pretty well, as you saw from the Geekbench test and from the Crystal Disk Mark test as well. Next thing I don't like about this device, or the keyboard folio case to be specific, is the fact that it only has 2 positions. Unlike the Surface Pro 4, which gives you infinite angles or infinite positions, this only gives you 2. And one of those 2 was a little flimsy and not so secure. So, although I like the key travel on the keyboard, I thought the trackpad was excellent, the 2 positions were rather limiting, and you certainly couldn't use it on your lap as it was unbalanced in that position. So overall, I think the keyboard dock was very good, although I wish there was some other way to give us more angles on those positions. And the other thing I didn't quite get was the fact that although I love the pen, I didn't find anywhere I could really store it properly. Now, they do include a magnetic loop where you can store the pen on the folio keyboard itself, but I felt that that magnet was not strong enough, and if you put it in your bag, it would get knocked off and you could potentially lose it down the road. So I would advise those of you who have the keyboard folio to store the pen in a separate pocket in your bag, otherwise it's going to get knocked off. But other than those few negatives here and there, I thought overall this was a very good buy. Here's what I did like about the product. I love the fact that it had a gorgeous 12-inch IPS display with a resolution of 2160 by 1440. I thought the colors were vibrant. I thought the screen just popped, and I thought it was very crisp. Excellent job, Huawei, on the screen. Digital artists, note takers will really appreciate the Huawei MatePen, as there is no need for quadruple A batteries to power it, but rather it's rechargeable. And I like the fact that Huawei includes the dongle in which you can convert, or adapter in which you can charge the pen in the box. I like the fact that you do not have to buy a separate accessory in order to charge the pen. Now, I also like the fact that the pen had very good pressure sensitivity. To be specific, 2048 levels of pressure sensitivity. I thought palm rejection was spot on, and I thought the overall writing experience and note-taking experience and drawing experience was pretty good. So far, I'm really happy with the MatePen. MateBook. Now, speaking of the keyboard, I really liked its 1.6 millimeter key travel. In fact, I liked it better than the type cover for the Surface Pro 4, and certainly liked it better than its chief competitor, the Samsung Galaxy Tab Pro S keyboard folio case, which had less travel and didn't have a backlight. This one had a backlight, and I really like the fact that I can use it in dim lit environments or dark environments and still be able to get work done. Nice job, Huawei, on the keyboard folio case. Now, as far as battery life is concerned, I actually got 6.5 to 7 hours at about 70% screen brightness. I've seen reports and I've seen reviews from other tech reviewers where they've gotten less than 5 hours, and I'm not sure what the testing criteria they were using, but in my use scenario, the way I used it, I was able to get a good 6.5 to 7 hours. I probably could have gotten even more if I lowered the screen brightness and turned down some of the other settings, but I thought it was pretty good, and obviously, you know, my benchmark is 7 to 8 hours, so we just barely got there, or maybe a little bit shy of that. So overall, it is a buy. So stay tuned. Upcoming here at AMDtech is a showdown between this very Huawei MateBook and its chief competitor, the Samsung Galaxy Tab Pro S, in a showdown between the king of the two-in-ones. Which one will win? Which one is the buy or the don't buy? Stay tuned to find out. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's another device out there you'd like me to review. I will do my best to try to make that happen. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMDtech. See ya.